The dumbest TikTok trends to ever exist. Lock in.
A new trend on social media is raising serious concern among local police departments. It involves people shooting innocent bystanders
What?
with water pellets.
Please,
Oh.
don't be your...
That can't be that bad. You're just walking up to people and shooting with water. Like, it's just a prank at that point. Unless it's like one of those, like, kind of like BB guns that have like, but it has like an outside shell over like the water droplets. And it just hurts. But like, even then, it's not really that bad.
your pants for TikTok? This is perhaps one of the dumbest...
Pee your pants for TikTok. Like, bro, who has the courage, right? So you have friends and stuff. So who has the courage to just pee their pants and then post it? Like, these people just have the most confidence ever.
challenges next to eating Tide Pods that I've ever witnessed.
TikTok.
Oh yeah, like back a while ago. It's like maybe a couple years ago. The bloody eating like the washing pods and all that stuff was just horrible. Like, who even made this trend in the first place? Like, who had to who thought through their mind? Let me just eat a dishwashing liquid pod.
Not reality to real life, but there's real consequences for some of those things that go on there.
TikTok created the internet's worst challenges, and as of right now, TikTok could potentially be banned.
I'm not gonna lie, for like social media standpoint, I would say YouTube Shorts is like the worst right here. Then it goes TikTok right here, and then it's Instagram. Instagram is very unhinged, but that's how you find good content. Like, to find good content, people just basically have to be the worst at everything, so it makes it funny. Like, it has to be unhinged as.
Today, we'll explore the dumbest TikTok trends ever, starting with weird ones to straight up insane. So my goal this year is to give you guys double the amount of videos.
What do you guys think is the most popular, like, TikTok trend? It would have to be the dancing ones, man.
Sacrificing quality. And to do that, we got to keep growing. So 75% of you guys aren't subscribed, and it would mean the world to me if you did. And I promise to do my very best. I'm Visual Venture, and you are awesome. The pee in your pants challenge.
Like, man, this is just...
People usually join TikTok trends to look cool, but
Yeah, it has to be mostly dancing. Like, 90% of the platform back in, like, 2021 too was just people, it was just people hitting dance moves, man. It was just so weird.
the pee in your pants challenge was different because it was just
And lip syncing as well. That was also really popular.
embarrassing. It began in April 2020 when a guy named Liam Wire filmed himself peeing his pants.
Like, what goes through his mind doing this, man? It's like, you know what would be a good idea to let me go famous? Let me just piss myself or post it on, like, YouTube or TikTok. It's like, these people, man.
Then he posted the video online.
Pee your pants challenge.
Liam made the video a joke. He just wanted to make fun of how ridiculous TikTok challenges had become. But people didn't get that joke. Instead, they thought he was trying to start a new trend. And just like that, the pee your pants challenge took off. TikTok...
Half these have to be fake, right? Like, it doesn't show any, like, wet spots. Like, it has to be fake. Or they just poured water down it. Like, there's no way somebody's actually taking this challenge seriously enough to actually do it. Like, that's top 10 peak embarrassment. Your friends and your whole school is never letting you down. This is the type of people that will get shoved in a locker.
TikTokers everywhere started filming themselves in front of mirrors, wetting themselves. Anyone watching the video could see the wet spot on their pants.
Pee your pants challenge.
TikTok eventually deleted Liam's video, but that didn't stop the challenge from spreading. This was during the lockdown when people were stuck
Of course it is.
at home and desperate for
Honestly, just go back to pranking 90s and Fortnite, man. That's what everybody was doing anyway.
entertainment. At its peak, the Pee Your Pants challenge hit over 4 million views on TikTok. But although it was getting a lot of attention, most people obviously found it disgusting.
Please, don't pee your pants for TikTok. This is perhaps one of the dumbest challenges next to eating Tide Pods that I've ever witnessed.
But it wasn't just gross. There were real consequences for those who took part in the challenge.
Yeah, but you're just gonna get absolutely embarrassed from school and on comments. Like, your comments are gonna be so ridiculed, it's nuts.
The biggest problem was that the internet never forgets. Anyone who did this challenge now has a video of them peeing their pants on the internet forever. And with many employers now checking social media before hiring,
Oh,
they could easily
imagine
find this
that,
embarrassing.
right? You're applying for a job, like, in an office or something, and they check your socials, and they just see you piss yourself and post it. Like, You're done, honestly.
videos. The challenge eventually faded, but it left an important lesson behind. Trends end, but embarrassment lasts forever. This next trend also seemed harmless, but it could easily
Yeah, but like, why would you think it's a good idea in the first place? Like, it's just not a good idea.
send people to the
If they do this and they can't get a job, it's their fault 100%. Like, no one goes through their mind saying, this is going to be a good idea. I'm not going to get ridiculed. I'm not going to lose my job for making this unhinged stuff.
emergency room. The raw dogging challenge. In 2023, Apple TV released a show called Hijack. It was an interesting story, but no one expected it to spark one of TikTok's dumbest trends. In the Hijack show, the main character spends 7 hours on a plane without using any devices for entertainment to pass the time. He endured the long flight with 0 distractions. Somehow, this inspired TikTokers to do the same. By June 2024, people were posting videos of themselves raw dogging flights. This meant no scrolling on their phone, no music, no reading. They would just sit there
That's just boring.
for hours staring straight ahead. They called it the raw dogging challenge. At first, it seemed like an interesting endurance test. Some called it the ultimate dopamine
Yeah, like, there's no way this could be that bad, but you're just sitting there for 10 hours. Like, sure, it's boring as, like, if you've been on a plane and then it takes ages to get in the seat, the last thing you want to do is just sit there like an AI looking at the seat in front of you. But like, it would be so boring. Like, definitely if you don't have a window seat, you're cooked. Like, you can't even look out the window. You're sitting here like this. Like, no one wants to do that.
detox to reset the brain. But as always, TikTok took it way too far. Participants added extra rules like no sleeping, no drinking water, and no snacking or eating.
Okay, no drinking water. People are just gonna die or something.
The more extreme it got, the more people tried to outdo each other. Soon, raw dogging flights wasn't just a trend. It was a competition who could last the longest. Even celebrities, rappers, and athletes
Yeah, but like, why would you want to do this? Like, you just know way you're getting enough money from TikTok to pay for all these flights, man. Like, you're just not getting enough. This looks like Business Plus as well. You do not have enough money to just pay for like a 4-hour flight, like 7-hour flight, and just to get like maybe $100 off of it.
athletes joined posting their own entries. Before long, the challenge even had an unofficial scorecard. And since it turned into a contest, people started cheating. Some actually raw dogged flights while others just faked it. Like Nathan Daw, who posted a TikTok claiming he raw dogged a 9-hour flight. But there was one problem. The airline he flew didn't even have flights that long. Then there was comedian Danny Duncan. He said that he raw dogged an 18-hour flight, but his clip was obviously a joke. But not everyone picked
18-hour flight, that's just not possible, man. Like, if you've already been awake for like 7 hours, there's no way, with no entertainment distracting you from the sleep fatigue, you're gonna pass out. Like, even if you, like, unless you're used to pulling all-nighters and stuff, you just sitting there, you're gonna just pass out.
up on these jokes, so these fake videos inspire more people to actually participate. And that's where the real problem started, because most TikTokers didn't understand that this challenge could actually be dangerous.
I feel like a lot of people would have faked this challenge. Like, it would have had to been, but it just seems like such a joke of a challenge.
Taking long flights without food or water increases the risk of dehydration. Planes already dry you out, and this only makes dehydration worse.
At sea level, the average humidity in the air is 40 to 50%, where in an aircraft it can be as low as 10%. If your body isn't used to that level of humidity, you can rapidly dehydrate.
But dehydration wasn't the only danger.
So not only are you dehydrating yourself by just sitting in the cabin, your blood is also losing a lot of oxygen by breathing in such thin air constantly.
Airplane air is way thinner than what we breathe on the ground. That's why people feel lightheaded or exhausted after a long flight. The lower oxygen levels make it harder for the body to function properly. But most TikTokers didn't understand the risks, so they kept going. Luckily, the media stepped in.
Like, if that's like one of the main causes, like, how long do you think you'd have to be for your body just like to shut down completely with lack of oxygen? Like, even if you spin, like, there's no way their body can just shut down unless like they haven't slept. I don't really know how it works.
Just in time. One article read, "Idiots are doing this on planes and it's dangerous." They ripped the raw dogging challenge apart, listing all the ways it could go wrong. Other media personalities called the trend pointless.
Being a person, being present in the space you're physically occupying, even that we now call a trend.
As news outlets criticized
Yeah, it is a stupid trend that shouldn't have really blown up at all.
and pointed out the dangers, the challenge started losing.
Yeah, but like, imagine how like annoyed you would be. Like, after like basically not sleeping for 25 hours, you have to waddle off a plane and go most likely order an Uber to go to a hotel. Like, as soon as you jump on that bed, you are passing out, completely out cold. Like, you're not even allowed to have a drink either, so like you'll be dehydrated and sleep deprived. Like, that's just nuts.
Momentum. And by the end of 2024, TikTokers abandoned the raw dogging challenge and moved on to the next viral trend. We already know that TikTok is full of terrible health advice, but this next challenge might be the...
It's interesting, like, so many people take like all YouTube health advice and TikTok health advice so seriously. It's like, literally, if you're that worried about something, go to a doctor. Definitely with those fake products from TikTok, like, oh, if you take these pills here, it will make your health so much better. Completely up tier. You won't be able to sleep as much because how much something you get. It's just like, no way you're actually believing this stuff. It's some random dude just deciding he wanting to make money. Like, if you buy TikTok shop, stuff like that, you'll just get out, honestly, man. Like, you're cooked. Just get out.
Dumbest health trend ever. The beer tanning challenge. The beer tanning trend probably started because of a shocking claim that spread on TikTok. In July 2023, a TikToker posted a video warning that using sunscreen was actually dangerous.
They're literally rubbing cancer into our skins. The District of New York follows a report by online pharmacy Valish.
Like, there's no way you're believing this stuff, man. Like, this is just some random dude going on a Google page, just absolute spam scrolling until they find something, and he's believing a news station that might not even be real.
Sure, which detected high levels of benzene in several brands and batches of sunscreen.
He explained that some sunscreens contain benzene, which is a chemical suspected of causing cancer.
See, that's the main word, suspected, not proved.
That was all people needed to hear. The video went viral, getting over 5 million views. Viewers were scared, but they were also confused. If sunscreen...
If it's cancer, I'm choosing sunscreen, because well, if that's correct and they have to change it, well, would you rather be badly sunburnt and up your risk of having cancer, or not be badly sunburnt and have cancer? Like,
screen was dangerous, what were people supposed to use instead? TikTok had an answer. Beer. Barely a month
that's
after...
like, very really. Yes, this beer. I'm not going to prove it to you at all. Beer rubbing all over yourself, it will make you sunburn proof. Or UV proof, technically. Like, who believes this stuff, man? Like, it's not even believable.
After the sunscreen controversy blew up, a new...
And that's just blocking your pores, if anything.
TikTok trend started. It was called the beer tanning challenge. People would film themselves rubbing beer all over their skin, then lie out in the sun. The idea
you would be
was that the
sticky.
hops in beer boosted melanin in the skin, speeding up the tanning process.
Oh boy, what's happening here? Yeah, this guy's pouring beer all over himself.
Bro, he's getting sunburned. If you look around his neck, like, he's actually getting sunburned.
This is the latest trend on TikTok, beer tanning.
At first,
but the thing is, tanning in general is bad for you. It ups your risk of getting cancer in general.
It sounded like a crazy theory, but soon people started posting before and after shots showing off their deep tans. Some even swore beer worked better than sunscreen. Within weeks, the beer tanning challenge became very popular. Videos with the hashtag beer tan skyrocketed.
Gosh, you looks like a weirdo at the beach, man.
Almost
absolute
300,000
weirdo.
views, and more people joined the challenge. But while TikTokers were celebrating their bronzed skin, one group was trying to shut down this challenge ASAP. Dermatologists hated the beer tanning challenge and called it downright dangerous. For starters, the science behind beer tanning was completely bogus.
Apparently.
Yeah, but even normal people should know that's bogus. Who believes that? Like, no one in their right mind believes that. I guess it's just short kids at that point. Like, it just has to be people that scroll on shorts for like 7 hours a day if they're believing that. Like, it's so unbelievable. Honestly, people that do that and do get health issues deserve to get it. But there's no way you're believing this stuff, man.
Stimulate the production of melatonin, which leads to a tan. But there's absolutely no evidence to support this.
Beer has 0 SPF, which means it doesn't protect the skin from sunburn like proper sunscreen does. Even with sunscreen, 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer.
Yeah.
Swapping sunscreen for beer only increases that risk. As the media covered the dangers, the backlash grew. Eventually, TikTok stepped in. They banned...
Yeah, fair enough. They just started deleting all the videos. But like, even with YouTube, I'm pretty sure it has like a thingy. If you give like fake advice, I'll just take it down or something. I'm not too sure about it though.
The beard tanning challenge and started removing any videos promoting it. And since TikTok was suppressing the beard tanning challenge, it gradually disappeared. This next trend caused nothing but pain and discomfort. But that's exactly what made people want to try it. No Poop July.
Like, can you even last that long without pooping? Like, I don't think you can even last that long. And like, why? Like, it's such a stupid trend. Even if you do accomplish it and it's like, it's no longer July, good luck being constipated, man. And that's a really, really bad health issue.
No Poop July challenge is as ridiculous as it sounds.
Like, who's doing this? It has to be mostly faked as well.
The goal is simple. Don't use the toilet for the entire month of July. Every year, hundreds of people join in posting
Yeah, but that's 100% fake. Like, they're 100% not doing it.
TikTok videos to show how long they can last. But before we find out if anyone actually pulled it off, there's a bigger question. How did such a ridiculous trend even start? In July 2020, a TikToker named qauilty posted a video looking extremely uncomfortable. The text on the screen read,
yeah, but everybody watched the video. It's 100% fake. And they used to put like cringy music in the background. It's just fake. They're just faking it. And it's like, it's funny to watch. So it's like, it's faking it. It's not really causing anything because they're faking it. It's not really doing much. But it's when people believe it is when it starts getting deadly, I feel.
One of No Poop July. qauilty's face said it all. He was struggling to hold it in, but the caption made it even funnier. It said, "Can I make it till the end?" It was a bold question, and thousands wanted to see if qauilty could actually last the whole month. His video received 84,000 likes, and the comments were full of people cheering him on. As the days passed, qauilty kept the suspense going with dramatic updates. Each new video showed him looking worse, sweat pouring down his face, pained facial expressions.
Yeah, but it's just fake, man. It's just a fake trend.
And lots of squirming. The more uncomfortable he looked, the more excited viewers got. Viewers weren't sure if he was kidding.
Like, who's believing that? He's purposely making his face so red. Like, it's not a real trend.
Or if he was really holding it in for a month. But it was entertaining regardless. Then, just as July was coming to an end, there was a twist.
You might know him as the kid who hasn't pooped for 26 days. But today, we found proof that he lied to us.
No Poop July, bro. Did you fail? Be real.
Yeah. Obviously, like, I'd be in the hospital.
With a simple, funny
video. Yeah, it's like, it's not, like, who believes that he's actually doing it? Like, it's just stupidity, man. Like, if you believe that, you're just stupid.
Video, qauilty admitted he failed the challenge. Up until this moment, No Poop July wasn't even a trend. It was just one guy doing something dumb for laughs. However, it got people wondering if it was possible to go.
There's actually, like, there was also another guy, which, like, did the same thing, but made the reactions, like, 10 times worse. And it was funny as well. Like, they're obviously faking it. If you believe these trends are real, like, you just don't have a brain at that point. Like, you literally just don't have a brain.
An entire month without pooping. They were determined to find out. TikTok quickly dug up a real-life case that made the challenge seem possible. It was about a man who held it in for a very long time.
And while
is there any proof in that?
He was waiting behind bars, Lamar went on a poop strike. He simply refused to go to the bathroom altogether. He didn't go to the bathroom for literally 47 straight days.
Suddenly, No Poop July didn't seem like it was just a joke. So by July 2020...
No, but like, it's not healthy for you, man. Like, if you use your brain and think, well, they're doing this trend, even though how stupid it is and how unlikely my video got blow up completely, will this cause me bad health issues in the next 2 days plus? Like, just use your brain, man.
One year after the original challenge, it started trending again.
Honestly, it just makes you lose hope for humans, honestly.
This time, more TikTokers joined in, posting videos of themselves trying to hold it in. And some of them were taking the challenge seriously. Even qauilty came back for the 2021 challenge, posting daily updates just like before. Then in July 2022...
Yeah, but he's still 100% faking it. Like, even he said he's not risking his health to do something stupid.
No Poop July returned for the third year in a row. That's when doctors realized this was becoming an annual event, and they were horrified. Worried doctors begged people not to try the challenge.
This is not normal because if you're not having a bowel movement every day, it could lead to abdominal pain, gas, bloating, and other issues.
But instead of dying down, it exploded. The 2023 edition of No Poop July.
Or out of these very many people, out of the basically 3,000 posts right here, there's probably like maybe 5 doing it correctly, and they stopped doing it after like 2 days. Like, no one's actually doing it seriously.
I racked up 80 million views in just a few weeks.
Dude, it's July. You know what that means? I don't know what that means. Just look on TikTok. It's No Poop July.
See, that's what I mean, the cringy music.
The 2024 edition crossed 100 million views. But 2024 was special because qauilty, the TikToker who started it all, decided to turn the ridiculous trend into something meaningful. To everyone's surprise, he announced that he donated about $1,000 worth of toilet paper to various charities. qauilty's donation meant that something positive came out of this dumb challenge. Hopefully, No Poop July won't return in 20.
It's 100% returning. Like, it's 100% returning. The main thing is just funny and stupid. Like, if you believe it, you are stupid.
25.
I don't know how many times I need to say it, but I'll continue saying it. If you do this, literally without faking it, just for views, you are stupid. Completely, utterly stupid.
But with how popular it's gotten, it probably will. The next trend on our list was mostly done by women, and it backfired in the worst way possible. The silhouette challenge. Hundreds of women took
I've never
part
heard
in
of
this
that
challenge, but they had no idea that this trend would make them targets for creeps and trolls on the internet. The challenge started in January 2021 when a TikToker named qauilty posted a video with a unique editing style. The silhouette effect with the red background looked amazing. Within hours, qauilty's comments were flooded with people begging for a tutorial. They wanted to make their own versions. qauilty listened. That same day, she posted a step-by-step guide. To create the silhouette effect, they just needed to use a red tinted filter from
that's a
Snapchat or
flashbang.
TikTok. Before long, TikTokers everywhere were trying it out. They called it the silhouette challenge. Even celebrities.
So it's just first trap. That's all it is. It's a first trap. Like, you know what you're doing when you post this. Like, you're going to get people like that if you post stuff like this. It's just common knowledge. Like, I'm not trying to be mean and stuff. Like, it's just common knowledge. You're posting first traps. You're going to get people like that. If you don't want people like that, stop posting trends like this.
Celebrities join the trend.
So turn on the light.
It's the same when people dress, like, very inappropriately. Like, mainly girls on, like, TikTok streams and stuff. And they get the most perverted people ever. It's like, you know what you're doing. Like, you're doing this for those people to watch, like, and comment on your or your short, so they can end up watching more and more and more, and so TikTok can push it out more and more. Like, you're gonna get people like that if you do trends like this. It's just how it works.
In your bathroom, okay? Go in your door arch, okay? And just whatever you want to do.
At its peak, the silhouette challenge got more than 200 million views on TikTok. But like most TikTok trends, it didn't take long for things to go wrong. Because the challenge
Trends in general are just bad.
was showing off body shapes, the participants wore as little as possible. Others wore nothing at all. After all, the red filter was supposed to hide everything, leaving only a shadow. But it turns out the filter wasn't foolproof. Before long, some creeps online figured out how to remove the filter. And once they
How? Like, actually how? It's been darkened so much and blurred. And put a red filter. There's no way you can just undo that stuff.
took it off, they could see everything, if you catch my drift. Suddenly, tutorials on how to remove the red filter started popping up everywhere. And since there were
Bro, whoever made those people need to get lost, honestly. Just delete their channels if they post stuff like that.
hundreds of silhouette challenge videos online, creeps were having a field day. People even created subreddits like Silhouette Unfiltered to share silhouette challenge videos with the filters removed. Panic spread fast. Suddenly, TikTokers were warning everyone to stay away from the silhouette challenge, or at least wear clothes while doing it.
So word of warning, if you're going to make a video as part of the silhouette challenge, keep your clothes on. People are attempting
And people will still do it, even with warnings. If they see it, people will still do it. So because they're short, will get more traction. Some people just don't care, and it's just like this is your fault if you post videos with warnings like this and you get stuff like this happen to you. Like, you knew it was coming.
to revert the videos back to their normal coloring, and that can reveal things that viewers aren't supposed to see.
For some, the warnings came in time, but for others, it was too late. Their videos had been downloaded, altered, and shared to creeps across the internet. TikTok tried to help by banning filter removal tutorials and shutting down accounts spreading them, but instead of being...
It's too late, man. Like, other platforms would also have to agree with deleting them all, which they would. But like, it's too late. They already have the videos downloaded. They already know how to. It's already shared privately as well. Like, it's just, you can't do anything about it.
Relieved, some victims blame TikTok for not acting sooner. One thing
It's you like, what do you expect to happen, man? You're already posting first traps. It's going to happen eventually. You can't blame TikTok for it. It's just a platform that people post on. And if you did a little bit of research, looking in comments, doing that stuff, you realize people are doing this. The tutorials are most likely getting 400,000 plus views. Like, you would have known this is happening. Don't just go blaming random shit that they probably even know. It's such a big platform. They're moderating so much stuff and deleting so much stuff. Like, don't expect them to help you with mistakes that you have made.
Thing was clear. The silhouette challenge should have never existed. This next trend wasn't just dumb, it was also a crime. The Chase Bank glitch. On September 1st, 2024, TikTokers were buzzing with excitement. The reason was because they thought they found a way to get free money. Thousands of dollars completely free. They called it the
Is this where they'll do an admin code into like one of those machines and somehow get like $200 out of it?
Chase Bank glitch.
So what people would do, they would write a big check that they didn't have the money for, a bad check, and then they would immediately take money away from an ATM.
Just like the guy explained, they would write a check for more money than they had in their Chase Bank.
And if you knew this, why would you post it on TikTok? Are you wanting police to arrest you? Like, it's common knowledge, like, I found a glitch that I could maybe possibly use, which you shouldn't, for the rest of my life. Let me post it on TikTok, so 1,000 other people plus can use it as well, and then they repost it, and they get so much traction that everybody starts doing it, and then they end up stopping you, arresting you, and fixing the ATMs. Like, keep stuff to yourself or don't do them at all.
Bank account and deposit it. These checks were fake because their accounts had no money to back them up. Then, before the bank could catch on, they would rush to an ATM.
Yeah, but like, imagine you're in a local bank. They won't let you. They will cancel your account. They'll kick you out of their bank.
Draw the check's full amount. In other words, they were scamming the bank for free cash. As word spread, the hashtag Chase Bank glitch started trending on TikTok. Within hours, people were lined up at Chase Bank ATMs eager to cash in.
Nah, I said it's heavy. It's lined up.
Bruh.
Nah, this is elephant.
At that point, they're just gonna stop you from using registers and have to fact check everybody's like check.
There was one small problem. The so-called glitch was actually a crime. As more people heard about the trend, financial experts explained why the Chase Bank glitch was actually check fraud.
Make no mistake, in every sense of the word, this is check fraud. You are knowingly writing fake checks, and to make it even worse, you are committing a felony against yourself.
Anyone caught committing check fraud can face huge fines, prison time.
Depending how much you took. If you took like $100, you're paying a fine. If you did it over and over again, and end up taking like $7 grand away from the bank, you're going to jail for doing it.
And even a lifetime ban from opening a bank account.
Yeah, definitely. Like, the bank would have to do it, but like, you're basically stealing money from their bank, which is not how banks work. Banks take your money, invest it in stocks, and slowly make it. That's how interest works in your bank account, and they give it back to you slowly like that. If you take money and without actually paying, you're basically stealing other people's money, which you're technically not, but you're stealing other people's money. Like, it's just a bad thing to do. Like, have just knowledge, man. Like, you should, even some research, like, I'm scamming the bank. And you did a little bit of research and end up finding it's fraud. Or it's still illegal in general. If you didn't find out it's a fraud, if you use your brain, you end up realizing, this is illegal, because it just is. Like, you can't just get away with stuff like this. There's nothing as a glitch, man. And even if it's a glitch, you're still going to jail for it. You're basically stealing money from a bank. That's what you're doing. You're stealing money.
We'll alert every other bank that you try to go to, and you may possibly never be able to get an account. You have to.
But despite all the warnings, the Chase Bank glitch kept trending on TikTok. Some posted screenshots of their bank balances.
Oh, what?
As proof that it worked.
That's like 9 mil. You're getting arrested. You're going to jail for like 50 years or something, man. Like, there's no way you're thinking, oh yes, this glitch works. Even if it does work, let me write a check for 9 mil. Like, the bank is going to be onto you, man. Like, I don't think you're even allowed to make checks for 5 mil.
Others saw a chance to cash in, selling step-by-step guides or charging fees to teach people how to pull it off. But it was only a matter of time before the bosses at Chase Bank realized TikTokers were stealing from them. And when they did, they were furious. On September 2nd, barely 20.
They would have sued so many people, man. Like 90% of the people that did it all got caught doing it online. They're getting sued.
Hours after the glitch went viral, Chase Bank shut it down. The bank released a statement saying the glitch was fixed. Fake checks wouldn't work anymore. And just to make things clear, they added, depositing a fraudulent check and withdrawing the funds from your account is fraud, plain and simple. Now everyone who took advantage of the glitch was panicking, and they had good reason to be worried because Chase Bank was coming after them. By October 2024, the bank started suing those who used the glitch.
Are you really surprised though?
Stole $335,000 during the glitch. Chase didn't stop there. They identified accounts that deposited those fake checks, froze them, and took back whatever money was left. Most of those
honestly, valid. It's honestly valid.
Ended up with negative account balances with a bunch of zeros.
Man, they really told me to tap in. Next day I was supposed to clear and look at my account, yo.
Soon around.
Why are you so sad? You did this to yourself. Do you think you can just take money from a bank and then they figure it out and you're just gonna get away with it? Like, don't end up being, oh, I lost all my money. It's your fault. Just know you have to get a 9 to 5 and spend basically two years paying it back. It's just your own ignorance at that point.
Arrests began. Those who thought they scored free money were charged and tried in court. The Chase Bank glitch became a brutal lesson. Don't commit a financial
like how are you even meant to get proved innocent from that?
Financial crime because someone on TikTok told you it was cool. This next trend took an ordinary daily activity and turned it into something idiotic. The cereal challenge. Here's how the challenge works. 2 people had to participate.
Oh, I've seen this. I never thought it was a trend. I thought it was just random people doing shit. Like it's 100% like a choking hazard. That's all it is. It just has to be a choking hazard.
Person lay down with their mouth wide open while the other poured cereal and milk in.
But like, why are you thinking of this? Like, you always get told, oh, if you do this, it's a very high choking hazard, but you still do it anyway.
Then the second person had to eat.
A lot of people. Oh, that's just disgusting as well. That's just feral. But like, number 2, like, come on, like, use your brain. Like, all the trends so far have just been human stupidity, which make them go high. Like, not even humans. It's just funny to watch, so people like watching it, so they post more of it. But like, come on, use your brain. Like, people just think. They don't just think. They don't think at all. My bad.
The cereal straight from their mouth using a spoon. To pass
Very
the challenge,
feral.
the person on the bottom had to keep their mouth open while the second person ate from it. Some managed to keep their mouths open long enough to complete the challenge. Others ended up coughing soaked in milk.
Yeah, it's just a big choking hazard, man.
Influencers with millions of followers joined the trend. And with that kind of reach, the cereal challenge spread faster.
Doing the cereal challenge with my sister.
Some even decided to involve their pets
No.
in the challenge, and you do not want to see those videos.
Oh man, like, ew, you just go to jail. I don't care, it's not a crime. You just go to jail for doing that. I just don't. Just get out, honestly.
But the challenge was also pretty risky. If the person lying down inhaled milk or cereal, they could legitimately choke and suffocate. This trend was all risk with 0 reward. Luckily, the cereal challenge didn't last long. But while it was trending, it proved people will do just about anything for 15 minutes of fame, even if it puts their health on the line. This next trend was one of the dumbest and most dangerous ones out there. The Orbeez challenge.
Oh, is that like the laundry pods and you spite them? Like, so that's 90% kids. Like, there's no like, adults are thinking this is a good idea.
In 2022, the Orbeez challenge was so notorious that people threatened to arrest anyone caught doing it. To understand why, you first need to know what Orbeez are. Orbeez are tiny beads that swell.
There's no way you could get arrested for, like, what are they doing? Like, nuking somebody's house. Like, imagine this. This would be a godly prank, which is legal. Right, you go to somebody's house, right, and like your friend's house, obviously, and he's away for like a month, and just fill his house with Orbeez, like from like maybe a desk height, like so basically a waist high. It's just Orbeez, man. That's just hilarious as Like,
fill up when
like, or like the bathroom, right? Just fill up the whole room with Orbeez.
soaked in water.
There are 1 million Orbeez in this bath. This is literally so satisfying.
Orbeez are usually harmless. Kids play with them and some people even use them to relieve stress. But in 2022, someone had a reckless idea. They started loading Orbeez into toy guns and shooting them like tiny water bullets.
It's gel blasters.
Except they weren't aiming them at friends. They were targeting random strangers.
Okay.
These things can shoot up to about 200, 210 feet per second.
And then it got even worse. People began freezing the Orbeez before loading them. So instead of
Okay, bro. And this is just purposely done to hurt people.
bursting on impact, the frozen Orbeez hit like rubber bullets. That made them a lot more painful and more dangerous.
But like, even like, they're like gel blasters. I know they got like, they're legal in most places, but like, you go to like one of those airsoft games where you use these Orbeez, it's fun. But like, shooting random people, like, come on, even if it doesn't hurt, like, shooting random people is just nuts. But with those ice ones, just like, bro, like, what are you doing?
Toy guns, well, they can really actually replicate a real firearm.
By March 2022, the Orbeez challenge was out of control. TikTokers across the country were shooting Orbeez at random strangers.
A new trend on social.
Like, there's no way it's that bad, honestly. Like, not the I'm talking about not the frozen ones here. Like, there's no way they're like the normal gel Orbeez ones that, like, if you squish it, it pops. It's gonna hurt that bad. Definitely if you're wearing clothes.
Social media is raising serious concern
Like, if you're shooting their face, like, you're an idiot. If you shoot like around their clothes and stuff, there's no way it's hurting that much.
local police departments. It involves people shooting innocent bystanders with water pellets.
Police cracked down hard, arresting teens who participated in the
Arresting might be much. Send them like a fine or something for like $200.
challenge. In one case, 4 teens were arrested. They were charged with disorderly conduct, harassment, and reckless endangerment.
Police say surveillance video showed the 4
Fair
teens
enough.
pull up in a car and fire the gel pellets into a class working outside.
You would think arrests
Okay, a class, really?
would scare people off, but it didn't. Kids kept doing the Orbeez challenge until someone lost their life. On June 2nd, 2020,
How? Like, you would have had to like frozen it, and then like you have to done more than frozen. Like, did you put like what's it called, like, you know, thumb taps in them when they're frozen? Like, that's what, like, there's no way you can kill someone with it. Like if you hit their eye, you might like make them lose an eye. But like, how do they lose their life?
22, a group of teenagers Orbeezed some guys playing basketball. But these weren't the kind of guys to laugh it off. A fight broke out, and by the time it was over, one of the basketball players lost his life. He was only 17. When the media reported the case, people finally realized how serious...
So what happened? So this random dude was just going around gel blasting them, and all of them got angry, and they started fighting this one guy, and this one guy just completely just killed somebody and ran off.
This challenge was.
TikTok is not reality to real life, but there's real.
Yeah, but like, imagine getting that heated though, man. It's like, if you're getting that heated, just chill out. Like, it hurts and stuff, but it's a prank. Like, ooh, it hurt, and you might have a bruise, but like, it's not like it infuriated you that much. And if I was a guy, I'll just drive away.
For some of those things that go on there.
That was the final straw. Police cracked down harder on the Orbeez challenge. In Kentucky, a mayor banned water pellet toys completely. Walmart, Target, and Amazon pulled Orbeez from their shelves.
Are Orbeez and gel blasters the same? I think they are.
Even Spin Master, the company behind Orbeez, addressed the issue. They released a statement saying they had no affiliation with the gel toys and that their Orbeez products were not intended to be used as projectiles. But after all this, the Orbeez challenge didn't completely disappear. Orbeez challenge incidents
Yeah, they'll just...
were still being...
It might just be friends. Like, if it's illegal, honestly, just go in your house and do it to your friends. Like, they're not going to call the cops on you, and it's harmless. As long as you don't shoot them in the face, it's a good laugh. That's all it is.
As recently
It just went out of hand when they started shooting random people doing stuff.
2024. These trends prove that some people will do anything to fit in. But just remember, the people that change the world are the ones that choose to be different. Visual Venture.
This is an ad.
Wait.
Okay. Well, this is the end of this video. If you do like videos like this, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what videos you want me to see me watch in the future. And that's me signing off.